back in the basic panel, we will take care of the light. And it's really important because for retouching, we need to make sure that our image is natural and neutral. The image cannot have too strong of a contrast, cannot have too strong of the highlights or shadows, because the retouching would be very difficult. Starting from exposure, it's simply the level of light that reaches camera sensor. So the level of light that your image is exposed to. And with this slider, when we go to the right side, we can increase the exposure, and to the left side decrease this. So if the image is too darker, we can make it a little bit brighter. If the image is too bright, we are able to take away some exposure. It's important to mention that when image is overexposed, it's really difficult to correct this. When image is underexposed, we are able to correct these things. So it's important to keep this in mind when we overexpose the image, and the work might be really difficult. So for this image, I feel the exposure level is correct. So there is no reason to do anything here. Then the contrast, as the name says, going to the right, we increase the contrast. Going to the left, we decrease the contrast. So this image doesn't have such a strong contrast, but I might take a few points down. After that, we have the highlights. So the areas that are in the area that is in the brighter part of this image. So if we can imagine light as the color gray, that would be the areas that are brighter than the shade of gray. And the shadows would be the areas that are darker than the shade of gray. Of course, manipulating with the sliders, we can affect slightly more sometimes, but as you can see, when I drag the highlights down, I'm not really affecting these areas that are in the shadows, but just these areas exposed to the light. And when it comes to the highlights, I don't feel at this moment I need to do too much, because when I zoom in the image, I can see all of the details. So I don't think that would be any problem. I don't think I need to decrease the highlights or increase them in any way. I think they are just on point. But when it comes to the shadows, I'm going to brighten this up just a little bit more. So when I retouch the hair, I can see some more details here. Maybe just pointless. When it comes to white, simply this is the white pixels on our image. When we increase the light in these areas that have white color. And when it comes to the black color, this is opposite. So very narrow adjustment here. As you can see, I didn't do anything complicated. Very small difference between starting image and now. But as you can see now, I can see some more details, especially in the shadows area. So later on in Photoshop, it will be easy for me to retouch. And when it comes to contrast, at the end, we are going to increase the contrast back, probably push them even a little bit further than the starting contrast, so the image will have really nice perspective. But right now, we really don't want to have strong contrasts.